Let's talk a little bit about map making, and I apologize if you hear any background noise. I'm still going through my basement right now. They're adding floors today. So when it comes to map making right now, I've just finished writing the first draft of my Greek myth duology. And what's going to happen next is I'm actually, after going through my reads, I will be putting that story to rest a little bit, let it kind of have a chance to mull over, give myself a little bit of time to have a little gap of time between going back over the work, because I want to look at it with fresh eyes in another month or so. So in between, I have several other projects, one of which is a future progression style fantasy. It's like D&D meets The Witcher. It's going to be a big, sweeping, epic style fantasy in the darker side of things, as I tend to be enjoying right now. But it's about time for me to start, again, this world building process. And one of the things I wanted to do is start kind of loosely developing a map. I've realized that in this particular world system, I wanted this kind of Pangea style map. And if you don't know what I'm talking about one of those worlds where instead of having multiple continents, going back to the idea of Pangea, where it was all kind of interconnected in some way, shape, or form. So I have a large form on my wall back there, and where I've been eyeballing it and staring and trying to kind of mull over how I want it to look like. But when I started getting to the point of, let me start adding details, I realized because I'm looking at the entire world in one map, I really don't have an opportunity to do a lot of details because it's such a big space and from such a great distance that it's not going to have much more than the basics. But what I also will be doing is, depending on where my characters are exploring throughout this giant world, I'll be having smaller maps that are focused into what would be comparable to maybe several kingdoms, or what we would think of like a section of a continent. And those kind of closer sections, I'll be able to add a lot more detail of geography and of the landscape and locations. So kind of playing around with, this is a smaller version of the map I've been playing around with. I hand draw it right now. I'm just kind of dabbling with the greater world, getting just the general areas and geography noted where, okay, this is going to be a giant desert, and this will be a predominantly forested area, and the tundra, etc., so on. But beyond that, it's not going to be that in depth. So for you, if you enjoy maps in books, how much detail and how expansive do you like having maps? Do you like focalized ones of like towns and villages? Do you like big sweeping world designs? Because I'm probably going to have a little bit of both in this particular series, but just curious, what do you prefer when you look at a fantasy map?